Welcome back to the channel. Yes, Trader Jan speaking. This video is about a review of the last trading day, about the locations we defined and if the locations were adding value, if we would have respected them during trading, but more about that one later. And then I want to look into the details of the trades which I did yesterday and what were the results and what are my learnings. Those videos are for educational purposes only. Actually, it's more for myself to structure my way of review and to check what could have been done, what was good and what could have been done better. So now, first of all, let's look at the locations which we defined the day before. And now we have 51 minutes after midnight. This is Chicago time. At 2 o'clock, we have the opening of the European markets. As you can see here, the market is running already. It's the Asia session, and the prices are moving logically. Like look at the volume here. That's what I do here is for the Nasdaq. I trade the Micro Nasdaq, big change for myself from last November, December, because then I was trading the S&P 500, but the mini and the mini Nasdaq, but I realized the risk I took with every trade is far too high, and I changed to micro. And it happens that my pulse and my emotions, I get less into the way of my trading. I'm less emotionally binding myself towards the trades I have opened. So let's look at the locations. Overall overview, we only look at the market from yesterday. So we defined the locations on the weekends, which we didn't know anything about the Asia session at all. So we just defined it based on the data we had until end of last week. So at that time I said, okay, Monday, because NFP day week, we're gonna be more a rangy market or following the trends going down. And it looks like we went up, but we went down then again. So we ended up the day with nearly the same level as the bottom of the Asia session, but definitely lower than on Friday. So the locations themselves, in the Asia session, the market went further down. That location held very well. The red ones are daily highs and lows, and the gray ones are support resistance zones, where which I like to take, where they used to be support and are now resistance, or they now resistance and that they used to be resistance and now are support. I really love those kind of locations. Try to focus on those. So here the market then went through this little intraday high, then went here, that went well, went up here, okay, that went well, and went up here, and from there. So in terms of respecting locations, I'm not too unhappy with them. So how I define my location seems to be not too bad. Let's put my market map here as well. So if that's showing the actual traded volume during the past in opposition to the book map, I called it market map. Book map is showing the intention, whereas market map is showing what is actually being traded. And if I look at, you see here the locations here, I look at those like that used to be support, but then as well there was like no volume in between, so I marked that one as a location as an example. So there is a certain thought process behind it. Looking at it now, I probably should have defined that location here more, let's say here. Should have taken it a bit more higher because there was actually volume up here. So, yep, learning for next time. Really stick to the areas where there's actually volume. But I think I didn't want to have it too close on the finishing here. So what I probably should have done with those small, relatively small, it's 163 ticks, but relatively small areas, I might just take that one here away and extend that location. So that I know, oh, that's going to be either resistance, which it was, or then here going to be support when it comes out through that. So I guess learning for the that one, don't be afraid to define too big of locations. If the market map shows you, like I might want to do this one with that one here as well. So because this is, I mean, this is an area here where it's like huge. So I just mark the boundaries of that. And once the market is in there, it does what it does. And I might change to range trading. But if it's like something like that one here, this one is definitely for the, that's a daily high. So location-wise, yep, not too unhappy. Let's see if I can reverse those changes which I just did. Yep. So because I still want to do the review of the trades, which I did yesterday. So looking at my Excel sheet, unfortunately, ATAS X on macOS still has some issues to show the statistics in the, or to write in the local custom database they have. It's working on ATAS X for Windows and ATAS for Windows, but not on ATAS X for macOS yet. But I got my indicator here, the account statistics indicator is writing down the statistics every single time when when there's a trade. I can show you the statistics. I think should be here. Yeah, they're here now. So what it does, it records every trade once a trade is closed. And those were the trades from yesterday, where 6 trades in a nice order: short, long, short, long, short, long. Yeah, it looks, I didn't have a real trading bias for the day, which I think the learning from the day before was as well. I should stick to the bias, but yeah. So what it actually does, it records the exact trade. It records the P&L. So in terms of ticks, I had minus 484 ticks as a result within 6 trades. Good thing is I never moved my stop loss. I here went out of a trade even while I was seeing that a trade is not going well. And this trade was a break-even trade where it went into my break-even, which automatically sets with 85 when the trade is in 85 ticks profit. Now, but one thing which I add as well, and that's what I calculate on the process, the maximum profit I could have done on those trades is actually 393. If I would have exited the trades on the maximum value during the duration of the trade. So the trades which I do, they run into profits, but then they reverse for some reason. So that's actually good news that they don't go to negative right away when I open the trade, but they are in a positive for some time and then they turn against me. Maybe there's some learning out of that as well. So going back to the analysis of the trades, I'm gonna maximize that little window here. So that is my trading charts. Since the market is moving here, liquidity battle indicator is showing the pressure of the market and who is currently in control. Looks like the buyers have something against downtrend here. Anyhow, we are at the day. So, moment, let me switch off that one here. So we see clearly where we are and what the locations are. I marked those trades which when I open the trade here, and the gray one is when it's short, then a long, blue, short, long, short, long. So I open my first trade at the beginning of the European session, short, no clue why. It's, I guess I assumed that the market gonna go down here, but look at the short-term price action here. Look at the strong basis of this level here. So going short here, naja, not my best trade, I guess. Then I had a break. I came back. That was at 9 o'clock. That was after the American Open opening. Those times are Chicago times, by the way. And here I went long. Not too bad, actually. So the market went up again, tested that area, and I went long. Let me check on my trade log until 9:05. Yeah, I went long around here and went. Yeah, that's one of the things I thought about yesterday. Should I increase my stop loss? Imagine this short distance here from here, getting like the confirmation based on the price action that it is actually moving up. Should I set my stop loss right down here, 166 ticks? I got stopped out here on the way down. But I stick to my stop loss for the moment. So let's see, then here I had a short, like a similar area. Then here probably I was kind of like assuming, okay, it's going to go down. But no. This one here long, yeah, why not? This one I think was the one which stopped me out on the way down because it went into a profit. My break even was pulled up, then it went down again to go further up. So that was a short in the middle of the range. Here it was clearly seen, it should have been clearly seen. It is a range. I think what I don't really, let's say, take into account when I open the trade, like in the hectic of the day, I don't really take my ranges, my areas of interest really into account and discipline myself to trade only in that areas and trust them and go into the trade when the situation appears. So those are my trades after I have my own goal, maximum 4 trades against me. I did 5 because it's no, I actually did 6. Yeah, because I had 1 break even. That's maximum 4 lost trades. Maybe I should not have taken the break even as a plus. Plus, I forgot the negative trade I had in the morning already. So that's about it for the trading day review. So a loss of 484 ticks, some learnings about trusting your locations, but as well my discipline to stick to the rules is increasing, is getting better. And yep, that's it for the review. Now let's hop into the preparation for the next day. Market morning preparation for the 31st of March, but that's gonna be in a separate video. Enjoy your day and see you at the trading floor.